about that then? Nice little bit of jazz there. Yeah, alright. Anyway, it's another bensound.com tune. He does some great little ditties and that, doesn't he? You know, incidental music. I'm really pleased that he's made it available to me for free. Hence, I don't mind mentioning that it's come from bensound.com. Anyway, I'm here to update you on the pound New Zealand dollar. And I don't know if you remember, we did a video about gap trading it. And what I've learned is that actually it works quite well. Oh yeah, we've been collecting a few pips with this little darling. All right, we've not been risking much. We're still testing this strategy. And anybody who knows anything about trading, and if you don't know, this is worthy information. Trading is not a sprint. It's a bit of a marathon, really. So let's not be in such a rush with it, I think is the thing. All right, so what I wanted to show you was, this is the Friday night close here, this candle. And this is the Monday open, 62 pips away. And what we tend to get is, along this line somewhere, it'll open, it nearly always goes up a little bit, but most of this is probably caused by the spread. Yeah, because it's like 11 pip spread in the first 15 minutes or so. In fact, it goes a bit longer than that. But what happens is, the strategy is, for anybody who hasn't watched the previous video, the strategy is really, really simple. We place our fib on the close, and then we take it up to the open. And we trade the pullback to the 50% line. That's what I've been working on, and that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And it's been really successful. So the trouble is, you only get one chance a week, obviously. So that's just one of those things. But it's another one to add. If you're around Sunday evening in the UK, or you don't mind just setting it and forgetting it. So what's happened in the last couple of weeks is, I'll show you the other one in a minute. But this is 2 weeks ago. This one closed at 50, and I'll move along to the last week actually. No, that's last week, isn't it? Is that last week? We've got another week here somewhere. There's another good gap. Yeah, here's a bad gap actually. But this is why I changed the strategy, because if you put that there, so I changed the strategy so that you come out at 50%. Making sense now, I can see. On the 50 pullback, see the 50 pullback is where we come out. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, there it is. I've already put a fib on it. That's because this isn't my first attempt at this video. I've had all sorts of trouble with it, like turning the music off completely, and just having nightmares, technical nightmares. You don't know, right? And this isn't my first video of the day. I only normally do about one every so often, but today I'm doing two because I've been so late. Well, not lazy, but not had a chance to do the videos again. Anyway, so this part of the strategy, as I said, like this is the close, this is the open. We trade the pullback to the 50. So what I've been thinking is that, how about then, why don't we have... Oh, right, so I'm trying to get in as far away from this zero line as I can to reduce my risk, because I don't know what my risk is, but whatever it is, I always add 10 pips to that because the spread's so wide of a Sunday evening. And that's going to be the thing, is that if you got your spread too tight, if you got your stop here, you're going to get stopped out because the bid and ask are so far apart. And if you haven't got the ask line on you, you would have it, because you need to see the ask line. This one here. So just press F8 and then go into the common tab and show the ask line. You need to see it. And if you can't see it, then you've got the colour set wrong. So change the colours as well. Right, so here's how it works then. So the new idea is this. So I'm buying this back up to the 50. But I'm thinking, what would I'm not just going to have one ticket and just get out there. I'm going to have two tickets. Two 1Ks, because I'm still testing it. Until I start using proper risk management, I just use 1K. Once the strategy's proven itself. So the first ticket will cash out there, 50 pips in the bag. The second ticket, I'm going to put, potentially put a, say, wherever it is, at this, if I measure how far the 50 is away, I'm going to put a trailing stop on one of the tickets, and I'm going to move the target up to there, which is the 100% marker. Now, you can see what can happen here. This touched it. I don't think that was enough to actually cash out on that trade. So if I were you, I'd put it just below, say maybe even 10 pips below, because these are all 3 pips extra that you're going to get. It does get it eventually, and your break even would have been down here somewhere. So you would have got it. It would have definitely come out there. I mean, that's a 7 pip clearance. By that time of the day, the spread's fine. But if it's not, you're going to end up, in worst case scenario, break even. So you could put, say, a trailing stop on it so that it just automatically takes it to break even. Or if you've got a trade manager, use that. There's lots of trade manager EAs out there. I've got one somewhere. I don't use it. I just tend to right click on the trades and just add a trailing stop there, and I just put, if I want it to be 450, I just put 400, and if I want it to be 45 pips, I just put 450 in the custom settings. Alright, that's probably about it for this video. I don't want to go on too long about it. That's the strategy. We're buying it back up to there, or we're selling it back down to 50. If you feel the need, we'll add a second ticket. They'll go to break even at 50. I mean, if you're there to watch it, just put it to break even yourself. And then just go away and let it run its course up to the 100% mark like this one did. So it's be another few pips on that one, wouldn't it? If you'd have got in there. Depends where you get in. If you can get in up here, you're really creaming it, aren't you? And then you get a second run. Be another 30 pips extra on top. But obviously, you're multiplying your risk then. So if you were to risk by adding a second ticket, your 1% risk becomes 2%, doesn't it? So are you as well just to put, well, I'll just risk 2% and I'll just come out at 2% here? I don't know. You work it out for yourself. You know how you manage money. If you don't, then you need to learn, because that's the killer with this game. Your risk and rewards have got to be right. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So best case scenario. Worst case scenario on here is a 1-to-1, sir. Oh, well, I would imagine if it's more than a 1-to, if basically what I'm saying is if 50 pips is like 20 pips away and you've got to put a 30 pip stop on, just don't bother trading it. It's not worth it. It just isn't worth it. The spread at that time of night is 11, 12 pips roughly. So when it first opens, you watch in a bit when it opens, and hopefully you'll make some money. Meanwhile, we'll have a little bit of this jazz and I'm going to go out. Oh, yeah. All right. Of course, you know what? One of my biggest problems is at the moment, I've got to decide which car to get out of the garage and wash. Do I get the old Maserati out? Or do I get the McLaren out? I can't remember which one I washed the previous week, but one of them needs a clean. Or shall I just clean them both? You know what? That's not a bad idea, is it? I have a bit of music, and then I'm just going to say goodbye. Should we do a countdown? Should we do it from 5? We'll count the bar, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Goodbye.